For years, OBS Studio, not Streamlabs OBS, fuck them, has been the go-to software for streaming. It's easy to use, it's free, and there's a million tutorials all over YouTube. But recently, thanks to a video by Harris Heller, a new software has been getting a lot of attention, and we're going to look at it today. Meld is an up-and-coming free streaming platform that is aiming to take over the space. With a lot of built-in features and widgets, Meld is pushing to be the top platform, and we're going to check it out today. We're going to look at it from a DJ stream perspective. I'm going to show you how to set up your stream, how to set up your audio, how to set up your video, and get going. Now, Meld is in beta, so there will be features missing. There will be features that might be a little buggy, and there's features that exist now and might not exist later. So as it is now, we're going to build a basic stream to get you going. If you want to check out Meld for yourself, I'll put the link down below. Some people said they've had problems installing it. I just clicked on it, it worked. So I don't know, your mileage may vary. Okay, so here we have Meld Studio. I have some stuff already set up here, but we're going to go through that anyway. You can see right away, it is very simple. It's very sleek. First thing we're going to do is you have to hold shift, press A, B, A, C, A, B, B, and that'll bring up this menu. I'm just kidding. That's not what it is. Hold shift, left click on this little M down here. Make sure you have VST3 plugin support enabled. That is obviously an experimental feature, so you have to use this little secret submenu to get it. Almost all of the menus in Meld don't have an X to get rid of it. You have to click off of the menu and that'll get rid of it. So now that we have VST, let's just quickly do all the, obviously your file, edit, view, help, all the regular stuff. Layers are your sources in OBS. Scenes are your scenes. In the middle, you have your canvas, your audio mixer down here. Up to the right, obviously go live. You're going to stream. Record is you're just going to record a video, and clip, well, you can set a duration and it will record the past, say 90 seconds, 60 seconds, 30 seconds. Very great feature. I would love to see it have a vertical format, because if you're going to make a clip, you're going to put on TikTok, you're going to put on Instagram, you're going to want a vertical format. Very easy to do in post, but I would like to see it something like the vertical plugin for OBS. And once you have your outputs or your streaming services set up, right here to the right, you can easily multi-stream. You can take one off, one on. I use Twitch and Kick because YouTube keeps banning me for copyright. Virtual camera, I don't have that installed, but if you did, you would put it right here. Inspector, these are like your effects. It all goes down right here. You'll see. So first thing we're going to do, now you can import a session from OBS. I did it and it's really confusing. So we're just going to start over from scratch. That's the easiest way to do it. Of course, always going to go to your preferences. At the very beginning, this is where you add your outputs initially. And it's just like any other streaming software. You need your stream key, you need the server, blah, blah, blah. Canvas, I'm doing 1080. That's my monitor. That is my camera, sticking with what I got. Output, same as Canvas, 60 frames per second. Unless you have a really bad webcam, you shouldn't have anything less than 60. Now, it is recommended 1080 60. You want to do 6,000 kilobits per second. Depending on your system, depending on your internet, you might have to do less than that. You're going to have to figure it out. Quality preset, I am using best quality slowest. It takes more CPU, it takes more GPU, but I am only running streaming on here. I'm not doing DVS. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not recording at the same time. I'm only streaming, so I don't mind taking the hit. Audio bitrate, the max is 320. That's what you want to do. Hardware encoder, yeah, let's do that. Local destination, stream clips. Whenever I make a clip, it goes right directly into that folder, and then I can find it later. I'm doing MKV. You can do move, MOV, MERV, whatever. And then screenshots. I've never taken a screenshot, so I've never needed to change that folder. It's right there. Plugins, this will be all your video plugins. I don't have any because I just started the program, but they would all go into that folder right there. Now, WebSocket server, if you want to use anything like Sammy, or if you want to use StreamerBot or have anything online affecting Meld, you'll want to allow remote connections. Okay, for audio, that is your cue. I'm using the Behringer UMC44, selected my Behringer right there. The ST plugins, this is for your audio plugins. There is no browse feature, so you have to find the directory, copy and paste it in here, then press rescan VSTs. When I first did it, they didn't show up. I had to close Meld, then reopen it. You might have to do that too. The rest of this I didn't mess with yet because there's no need to. I'm just setting up basic stream. You want to do your virtual camera right there. Smart guide, that's just the color. Transition. So with OBS, you have to do the move transition plugin. It's built right into Meld. You can do it right here. And hotkeys. Like everything else, you just click off of it and we are all set. Since this is DJ stream, we are going to start with audio. I have a loop going on my mixer. Very simple. Press plus. Something I noticed when you select your device, it automatically tops out the gain. But if you go up, go down, it won't do that. I am using my DJM as a sound card, so that's what I'm gonna do. Starting at the top, we'll rename it. That's my DJM, so we're gonna do it. This is where your plugins go, and we are gonna do that in just a second. We're gonna set everything else up first. If I bring it up, you can see I'm hitting just below -5, which makes perfect sense. My mixer has a -5 pad installed. This meter is a lot better than the one on OBS. The numbers match up with the colors a lot more. Now, if we go down to edit, this is where you can do mono, set your left-right channel. Mono, channel 1 or channel 2. Unclick mono because we're not doing it. But when you unclick it, then it kind of screws with things. So you have to reset your channels instead of having them automatically left 1, right 2. Delay. Have you ever watched a stream and you've seen them talking and then hear the audio? Or if you hear the audio and then see them talking, that's because they didn't set their audio delay correctly. I have found the sweet spot is usually 100 milliseconds. You might be more, you might be less. What I find the best thing to do, record a video, clap, put it into any kind of video program, literally count out the delay between when you see your clap and when you hear it and adjust it accordingly. Q, that's gonna put it through your speakers. Usually on a DJ stream, you're not gonna do Q because it's gonna mess up with your main PA. I'm gonna do it so you can hear it into, because I'm recording with OBS, so I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna go up. And then mute. And you could stop right here and you would be done with your audio. Easy peasy. We're going to add some plugins. So the main plugins, Meld only comes with 3 built-in audio plugins: Gain, Magic Mic, and Stereo Panner. Gain obviously turns your gain up. Magic Mic, I believe. Magic Mic is a noise suppressor gate situation. And Stereo Panner is a stereo panner, left and right. We're going to do gain. Now, I noticed, okay, this light right here, that's your on off. This is your settings. On your video plugins, you'll have a little minus button and that'll delete it. You don't have it in audio plugins. You have to right click, rename it, or delete. And you can toggle bypass instead of doing it here. This little slider here, that's how we get into our features. Now, this plugin is terrible, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to turn the volume down so it doesn't overload. Instead of a slider, it's a knob, and it goes from 0 to 1,000. And to go up, you have to scroll your mouse up. To go down, you scroll your mouse down. I don't know why it is a percentage instead of an actual decibel reading. And I don't know why it's a knob instead of a fader. It's really hard to use. It's confusing. It's stupid. I really hope that they change it. In every other program, you can double click the number to enter your value. You can't do that here. Or in every other program, click the actual dial to reset. Can't do that here. This little Uno reverse card, that'll bring it back to 100. So we're going to bump it up. We're at 4.9. You can safely go, I would say, between -2 and -3. Any higher than that, you're going to risk peaking. And this is all digital system. It's just going to sound like shit. So you want to stay away from 0. Now, when using this dial to increase the gain, because it's such a high range, it jumps 18% at a time. So it goes from 100, 118, 136, 154. And it's really hard to get back. If you find a value that you like, it's really hard to get back there. If you click your numbers here, it takes an average reading, and it looks like we are -2.2. That is good enough. I could go a little bit higher to push it more, but no one is really going to notice. Important. We are going to add a limiter. This is the loud backs limiter. I just Googled free limiters and it popped up on someone's top 50. Really simple, really easy to use. That's why I picked this one. The limiter does is you set a threshold or a limit where you want the audio to go to, and it will not let it go over that. Now, if we're averaging -2.2, you want to do it above that, because if we do it below or at -2.2, it's going to slam that limiter. It's going to keep ducking the volume down, and it's going to sound terrible. I do -1. That's just what I do. It works. If I get a little swirly with the effects, if I bump the gain a little bit, I still have headroom and it's not going to hit that limiter. But if I do, it's just going to bring it down ever so slightly. And that's it. That is all we have to do to set up our audio. Now, the big difference between Meld and OBS, in OBS, you can have your audio input on every separate layer or in every different scene. With Meld, it is just part of your chain. Every scene will have this. If we go to layers, there is no audio input, which means your mixer, whatever you have on your audio chain, will be in every single scene. Okay, now that we have the audio taken care of, we are going to add our video camera. It is super easy. Up in our layers, you just press plus. Very first option, video device. And I like how it pops up right on your canvas here. These are all your different options. Mine is an XR1 light, and I'm using my GoPro 7. I don't have my key light on, so it looks very shitty. And it's native 1080, and it automatically bumped it up to 1080. Awesome. So as if you were using Photoshop, Premiere, any other program, all of your effects are on the side here. Transform, you can blah, 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 blah. Rotate, you don't have to right click and do it. You can do it all right here. You can resize, and there is a Control Z to undo. Now, if you needed to change your video input, you can do it right here. You don't have to right click. It's automatically open up on the side here. If you need to adjust the settings, you get this pop-up menu here. Change the resolution if you need to. Change the FPS if you need to. Now, something I did notice, every single menu and window you just click off of it and that'll close it, except for this one. This is the only one that has an X up in the corner. I don't know why. If you open this menu and you don't make any changes, you can't hit OK. You either have to X or cancel. If you do make a change, you can press OK. On the canvas, it'll look very gray. Once you get out of this menu, it goes back to normal. Down here, you have preset filters that are, a lot of them are pretty neat. And then you can go to effects. If you select a filter and you go to effects, it'll have those effects that made that filter. My favorite, threshold. You can't really see it because I don't have lights on. Fader's right here. Fader icon, that'll do your settings. I will toggle it on and off. And a big one that these have that the audio doesn't have, like I mentioned earlier, is the minus. I don't know why the audio doesn't have the minus, but it doesn't. Threshold, old school punk flyer. I love it. And that is it. That is all you need to run your basic DJ stream. So there we have it, setting up a basic ass DJ stream in the new Meld Studio. My first impressions of Meld is that it's really clean and sleek. It's very easy to use. The interface is really intuitive. It has a lot of features that OBS doesn't, but it also has a lot of features that aren't there. Now, it is a beta, and that could be why, and they could be implementing them soon or somewhere down the line. But I think to switch over to Meld and to have anyone else adopt it, whether they're a DJ or a gamer or just anything else, the biggest thing they don't have is docs. No browser docs, and more importantly, no chat docs. You cannot see your chat anywhere on the Meld screen. You have to have a separate video for that. You have to have a separate window for that, and I think that'll turn 99% of people off. I'm going to continue to use Meld just to see how I can adapt it to my stream. I want to connect it to Sammy, and I want to connect it to StreamerBot, and I want to see how I can get the most out of it. If you're interested in Meld, or if you already switched to Meld, Let me know what you think about it. Let's talk about it down in the chat, or you can join the Discord, like and subscribe, whatever. Hey, thanks.